Hello, my name is Barbara Day, and we're starting our session with our worksheet quiz number 5. Okay, in the first problem, we have Karen joining a book club. She gets a free book if she buys 2 books. And we give them the prices of the books. And we're to select the 3 books with the maximum dollar value, yet pay the smallest total. So what do you want to do here? You want to pick the 2 lowest price books. And for the free book, you want to pick the highest price book. So what's the lowest price books? The $16.25 and the $17.98. What's the highest price book? The one that's $49. So since that's free, you want to take the highest price. So your answers are E, G, and H, and your answer is D. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Okay, the next problem, you're given a marked price of shirts and a discount price, that's 10% off. You want to select the expression for the revenue during the week where you sold both regular price shirts, the marked price, and the one sold the discount. So the marked price is $30. So if you take 10% of 30, you get $3. Subtract that from 30, you get $27. That's the cost of the shirt at the discount price. So if you sold M shirts at $30, that's $30 times M, which is here. If you sold N shirts at the discount price, $27, that's here. So your total revenue for the week will be the sum of the marked price shirts sold, 30M, plus the discount shirts sold, 27N. And that's the total, and your answer is B. Okay, let's go to the next problem. But just as I told you before, if you still have problems understanding the work, we can work with you on the individual basis to make it clearer to you. Now, problem 3, we're given that the car ran 40 miles in 7 hours. We want to find the average speed of the car. Now, distance is rate times the time. And if we divide time by both sides, where D is distance, R is rate, and T is time, we get what? Rate is distance divided by time. So if we put in our distance of 400 miles, our time of 7 hours, we get the rate of speed, 57 miles an hour, which is answer D. Okay, let's go to number 4. Number 4, that's a table of a fundraiser. It shows the pattern of the prices, okay? Now, if you look at the pattern of the prices, because our question, we wanted to know if, what would Tanya and 4 of her family members pay? That means there would be 5 total people. Now, when we look at the trend that's here, we see it's changing by $1.75. $4.50 plus $1.75 for 2 in the family gives you $6.25 for 2 in the family, a total of 3. Now, when if we continue the pattern, notice for 3 in the family, which is a total of 4, is $8 plus $1.75 or $9.75. When we get to what we're looking for, $9.75 for 4 in the family plus $1.75 gives you $11.50. That's Tanya and 4 of her family members for a total of 5. So our answer is D. Okay, let's go to number 5. Number 5, we're given a person has 2 jobs, and the first job, they make $12 an hour during the week, and they work 15 hours. The second job, they make $10 an hour, and they work in 20 hours. So the total earned is going to be the 15 hours times the 12, which is here, plus the 20 hours times the 10, which is answer A. Okay, let's go to number 6. Number 6 is selecting an expression to calculate the mean. Now, we know what mean is. It's the sum of a number of items, here are their scores, divided by the number of items, which is here scores. So we take all of the scores, 15 plus 5 plus 0 plus 20, and divide. We have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, divide by 4, and that expression for the mean is answer B. Okay, let's go to number 7. Number 7, you're finding the total cost of your order. You're ordering both t-shirts and sweatshirts. You're given the price of the t-shirts, $16, and you're ordering 3 of them. You're given the cost of the sweatshirts, $22, and you're ordering 2 of them. But there's a shipping cost of $11. So the total cost of your order is going to be the sum of the t-shirts that you ordered plus the sweatshirts that you ordered plus the shipping cost. So 3 times the $16 price right here for the t-shirts plus 2 times the sweatshirts, which is $22, plus the shipping cost, $11, gives you the total cost of the order. That's the expression that you should select. Now, let's go to number 8. Number 8, and this is a grid problem. 3 pounds of chocolate to be divided into 1/4 pound pieces. Now, 1 pound we know is 4 1/4. 4 over 4 is 1. You divide a pound into 4, you get 4 pieces. Now 3 pounds, which is 3 times as much, is going to be 3 times 4, which will be 12. So what you bubble in the grid is 12. Now let's just look at the grid. Here's the grid. Now notice we put the 12 here, and that's just so when we put bubble in, we have some kind of guide here. But when this is checked, this is what is checked, where you bubble in these in the grid. So there's a 1 here, and there's a 2 here, and that's what the 12 would look like. Okay, let's go to the next problem. And the next problem is number 9. And we are selecting an expression, shows how to find the sale price of a $250 cost stereo that sells at a 25% discount. 2 ways you can do it, but we want to get the answers, one of the answers that matches what the sales price would be. Now, sales price is regular price minus rate of discount times the regular price. Or you could take 100% is equal to 1 as a number, when you're using decimal, minus the rate of the discount in decimal times the regular price. So that would be 1 minus 0.25, since that's your discount, and that's multiplied by the regular price of $250. But what is 1 minus 0.25? Is 0.75. So what does this match? It matches 2, Roman numeral 2, and 4. So your answer is C. Okay, let's look at the next problem. And the next problem, number 10, we have a CD plays 75 minutes of music. The average length of a song is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Since we're dealing in minutes, we have to convert our 20 seconds to minutes. Knowing that 60 seconds is 1 minute, so 2 minutes would be, 20 seconds divided by 60 gives 1/3. So 20 seconds is 1/3 of a minute. So we want to know with this 75-minute CD, how many songs can we put? Well, we want to actually set up the expression that shows the number of songs. So it's a division. We take the 75 minutes, divide it by the 2 1/3 minutes, and that will give us the number of songs we can put on this CD that holds 75 minutes of music. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Number 11. Number 11, you're given a pantry floor with dimensions of 6 feet and 4 feet. And you're given a tile for this floor as in inches, actually. And we want to convert it's in 8 inches, so, and 8 by 8 because it's a square. Now, 8 inches, if 12 inches is 1 foot, 8 over 12 will be 2/3 of a feet. So, well, 2/3 of 1 foot. Now, right here is the floor, 4 by 6. Over here are the tile, and that's a square, 2/3 feet by 2/3 feet. 2/3 of a foot by 2/3 of a foot. We want to find the number of tiles. So what we have to do is take the area, length times width, which is 6 times 4, divided by the area of the tile, which is 2/3 of a foot by 2/3 of a foot. So we had to pick out the expression where we could find the area. Find the number of tiles. So number of tiles was the area of this floor divided by the area of the tile, just a square. And you know for a square, the length and the width are the same. So the answer is C. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Next problem is number 12. You're given a concrete driveway. We want to set up how you find the volume. But a concrete driveway is a rectangular prism. And we're showing one here where you have length, you have width, and you have height. In the case of the driveway, that height is our thickness. Now that's given in 6 inches, so we have to convert this to feet. 12 inches is 1 foot, 6 is 1/2 of a foot. Or if we put it as a decimal, it's 0.5 or 5/10. So to find the volume, we have for a rectangular prism is length times width times height. Length times width times height. Okay, the length is 25, the width is 16, the height is 0.5. So your answer is A. Okay, number 13, you're given 2 XY pairs and you define the slope. Now, you remember from slope, we said slope was rise over run, Y difference over X difference, vertical over horizontal. Now, to make this easier for you, let's just label these pairs. So 5 and 1, we're calling X1, Y1. 2 and 0, that pair, we're calling X2, Y2. Now, you didn't have to do it this way. You could have called this one X2, Y2, and this one X1, Y1. But you can't mix them up because they are up here, right? So slope is Y difference divided by X difference. So the Y difference, and we know that the X in the pair, the X come first. And we see it's labeled. These are our Y values. These are our X values. So the slope is 1 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 2. Notice here, Y, 1 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 2. Okay, and we can write it like this, or we can put this division symbol. 1 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 2, and our answer is D. Okay, let's go to number 14. Okay, you have scores on 2 exams, and you have a score on the 3rd exam, and you are to answer which of these will change: mean, median, mode, range, or none will change. Okay, let's look at the first one. For 80 and 100, you know how we calculate mean. The sum of these numbers divided by 2, that mean is 90. Let's look at when we add the 100. We add the 100 here, we get 270, but now we have 3 items, and that's 90. So that mean stays the same. Okay, let's look at the median. Since this is an even set of numbers, 2, and we add the 2 together and divide by 2, in other words, get an average of those 2 numbers, and that will give us 90. Over here, when we add the 90, the 90 is now the middle number, and that's the median, okay? Then when we go over here, we have no mode, because we don't have any that appear more than any other one, 80 and 100. Over here, no duplicates, 80, 90, 100, no mode. Okay, let's look at the range. The range is high minus low. 100 minus 80 is 20. Over here, 100 minus 80 is 20. High and low is the same in both cases. So the answer would be E. None of these will change. Okay. Let's go to the next problem. And we have a pie chart here to answer questions 15 through 17. Now notice this is given in cents per dollar, which is the same really as percent per 100. Okay. Now first question is, which item does Ricardo spend half as much as he put in savings? Okay. When we look at savings, it's 22. What's half of 22? 11. What does he spend 11 cents out of a dollar on? A car. So the answer for this is A, the car. Using that same chart, let's go to number 16. Which items does Ricardo spend 50% of each budgeted dollar? Now let's look again at our pie chart, find out what adds up. Okay, what adds up to 50 cents? Okay, when we look at our pie chart here, we have what? 22, 28 for housing and 22 for savings, which adds up to 50. Now 17, still referring to the chart. If he made 46,500, about how much more did he spend on housing than he spent on saving, than he put in his savings? Now on the chart, the housing is 28%, the saving is 22%. Applying these percents to the 46,500, converting those percents to decimals, 0.28 times 46,500, 13,020, 22% to a decimal, 0.22 times 46,500 is 10,230. If we subtract these, we get our difference. So that's what a difference is, the result of a subtraction. So we get 2,790, which rounds to 2,800, and that answer is C. Okay. We are now down to number 18. A one-time fee is paid for tutoring, and you pay $40 per hour. So find the total. The total has to include the one-time fee and the pay for the hours. So what would the total pay for the tutoring be? X. Be the one-time $30 plus $40, and we said H represents the hours. So our answer is B. Okay, let's go to our next problem. It's number 19. Number 19. You have a chart there showing your monthly rent, and you get a discount by paying the rent early. Now, let's see what that discount is. Now, if you look at the difference, $485, that's the rent when you just pay it on time. If you pay it 1 hour earlier, 485 minus 482 is $3. Pay it 2 days earlier, it's 485, 482 minus 479 is $3. So you look at all these differences and they are $3. That means that $3 is deducted from the rent for each day that is paid early. Deducted, that means a subtraction. So what is your rent? It's the regular rent, $485, minus the $3 times the number of days you paid early. And you can really check this. If you paid it 4 days earlier, that's 4 times 3, which is 12. What's 12 from 485? 473, which is what you see there in this little chart. Okay, let's go to the next problem. Next problem is number 20. That's an interest problem. Interest equal principal time rate times the time. And the rate is the percent as a decimal. The time is in years. Now the principal is $3,500. The time should be in years, so 1 year and 6 months. 6 months is what? 12 months is 1 year, so 6 months is 1/2 of a year. So we want to solve for the rate using our I, interest equal principal times the rate times the time. So what we do to get R, we divide both sides by P times T. Now on the left side, we are left with interest over principal times the time, I over P times T. On the right, we have the rate. So to find our rate, we take our interest divided by principal times the time. Our interest was given as 210. Our principal is 3,500. And our time is 1.5 years, or 1.5. So we multiply this out, we have 310 over 5,250. That gives us a decimal of 0.04, which is 4%. And our answer is C. Okay, that ends this worksheet. All right. So thank you for sharing and hope to see you again on another worksheet.